Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are together.
We are officially together. This is a rare occasion.
This happens once every 5 years.
But recently it's been a lot more than we expected. But welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be talking and sharing about some of our experiences with entrepreneurship growing up and being children of immigrant parents and how they survived moving here.
And at the same time, we're going to be doing skincare. And we are not experts on skincare. We're just using what I have because my sister doesn't usually do her own skincare. So she's going to be using my products. And we'll just show you them as we go and do this, talking and catching up. And getting really
just, yeah. So this is kind of like a little get ready with us while we chat and share about our growing up in an immigrant family and how we saw entrepreneurship around us. And so yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so what are we going to start off with?
We're going to get started with, so we normally get a bowl of water, but I would usually prefer to have no clothes on when you do this because this is the messiest part. But we're going to deal and do what we can. You can have one.
I'll take this one.
Remember, Tracy, do not wipe your face like this. You have to wipe your face. These are actually
She's teaching me because I don't do skincare very well.
And I'm not the expert. I just have
I don't
some passion.
I don't do anything, and she does stuff. So
we're going to use the Clear Gentle Black Deep Cleansing Oil.
Is that what you do first?
That's what we do first. This actually removes makeup or dirt. So usually you either put this on in the morning or when you're removing makeup as well. So you can do it at you can do it at night, in the morning, but usually this is for when you want deeper clean. Okay. So we're gonna just
I'm a mom that doesn't do anything. I just get up and just start my day. I rarely ever do any kind of skincare routine. Do I put this in the water and then wash my face, or what?
I like using my hands more because personally I just like my hands a bit more. Okay. And then I'm just going to put this on my face.
Okay, so growing up, my parents, when they moved here from Tonga, they just were like, we're going to come here and try and go to school. Like, education was a big thing for them. And so then they were coming here to try and get education. My dad came here trying to seek higher education. But I don't think that worked out for them. So he ended up just going to work.
It didn't work out because obviously they didn't have money to get an education. There was, all other factors that come with immigrating into a country to survive. And they didn't really have any, my dad specifically didn't have any close family here that he could rely on to fund him during his education years. My mother went straight into work. She worked at a factory, Irvine's Pine, like the pie factory.
No, I think they picked strawberries first.
Oh, they picked strawberries first?
Because I remember, I don't know, but I know they were picking.
Did you do what?
No. Am I supposed to wipe?
No. So usually I put the foam cleanser on top of that.
Why?
Because
you put it on?
Because you can't really wash oil off with water. You got to wash it off with a cleanser. And this is what I would normally use. The foam cleanser is what I'll normally use if I'm just having like a bare cleanup day. Like it's just just to refresh my face and clean it. But yeah. So
yeah, I think my mom came and they were like at the strawberry farm. I remember them picking stuff here when they first came. Like I think they did that, whatever that is, and I think that was before she found a factory job, because I don't think they were like
factory job straight away
here legally. I think they were just like maybe they were on a working visa. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, they had their jobs were like definitely minimum wage, low entry kind of jobs that didn't require much education. So yeah, they started off with low entry jobs, and so when they moved here, I feel like they kind of just did what they did to get by. Like they were just trying to survive. But growing up, like we saw entrepreneurship. My uncles, like when they were in Tonga, they all had businesses. Like our family was super like entrepreneurial in Tonga. Like they owned buses, they had stores, they had a whole bunch of different importing and exporting stuff from here to Tonga. So when they moved here, we grew up seeing like our uncles and them having big containers, shipping containers, and like we would go to yard sales and stuff and collect things that they would fill up these big containers with and take it to Tonga. So that was like, I feel like our biggest introduction to like entrepreneurship is they did a lot of selling, just like selling goods, like buying goods here in New Zealand and then selling it in Tonga, right?
And they like, and yeah, so on top of some of their normal jobs that they would have, they would constantly be out at like markets looking for like cheap deals. We used to go around garage sales almost every Saturday, like just zooming garage sale to garage sale, like looking for deals, like loading this stuff up in the car. And they weren't even for us. They were literally to like go and sell them in Tonga.
Yeah, that was like the biggest thing. That's why I feel like we love op shopping, because we grew up op shopping a lot, and it was just super fun.
It was, and finding good finds for like low prices, the best, you know.
For real. So yeah, I feel like that was like our biggest introduction to entrepreneurship. And then who else did we see like start their own stuff?
Well, one of our cousins became a DJ, and he was like going around doing gigs and stuff. So
yeah, he didn't really have a full-time job. Like his stuff was like he was always doing side hustles. Yeah, and that was like his dad who did side hustles, and then
Liti, our uncle, he set up his own business.
Yeah, from home,
and it's like an accounting practice, or he does some
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have no idea, but he does things from home.
Yeah.
And he usually helps immigration work people who are applying for stuff.
But yeah, our parents like highly encouraged us to go to college and to get a job at uni, and they wanted us to get our degree because they thought that was like the best way to be successful here in New Zealand. And so we never really explored like the path of entrepreneurship growing up. Like we just were like, okay, just focus on school. And that was pretty much our route. But yeah, I remember Liti also, he would, like our other uncle, he would bake cakes and he would sell cakes when we were young. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he did that like before like Facebook Marketplace selling cakes. I think you already gave this to me.
No, there's a different one. This is actually a blackhead remover thing. So I actually do this like once every couple of days. Not even, actually I do it once a week because it's really for blackheads.
Oh yeah, Dad.
Our dad, yeah.
Oh, our dad is like
had
the
like
biggest,
three jobs or like three things going on at one time.
Yeah, like our dad actually, because he came here for school, he was always in school. So he was like, he studied computing, then he did teaching. I don't know, like he was a taxi driver at one point. He
started working at the grocery store.
Yeah, he was at the grocery store, and then he started his own side business because he got into building, and then he got into like a group of him and his friends all decided to do another side hustle. Like my dad, I feel like has done so many side hustles and it's not worked out, but he keeps trying. He's like a serial side hustler that
which we are also serial side hustlers.
We are serial side.
And we decided that's why we did the YouTube, because we were like, you know, we're never going to get away from this life.
I feel like that's where we got our side hustle thing from our dad. I feel like he's always tried to do side hustles, but our mom has been more like, my mom has been more the stability. So we both have like, we need to be stable, but then we need to have the side hustle. So I feel like our dad is like more like try out, the risk taker. And then my mom is like, get your job, get your degree, have something stable while you side hustle. That's kind of been, I feel like, our balance.
Let me actually open up this packet. This is actually one of the masks that I like to buy. This is like a all-in-one sheet moisturizer.
How many do you buy?
So I buy a pack of, I think it's like 40 something, or is it 40?
Do you use that? How often do you use it?
I would actually use it sometimes twice, once a day, I think. If I'm
once a day?
No, but not all the time. Like sometimes I might depends. If I've got events, I will use it the day before and the night before. Oh. You broke my thing.
I broke it.
You broke it. It's a lid, bruh.
Yeah, it's a lid that you just clip on. Duh.
Oh my gosh. Breaking stuff.
Fail. She doesn't even know how things work.
Yeah, neither do you, because you're not putting it on right. Okay, so back to business. Okay, so we're gonna put a mask on. Oh my gosh. In Tonga, yeah, because my mom saw all of, you know, those side hustles happening, she used to say she was a rich girl. She's a rich girl, you know, she had everything. She had a store, they had a transport system. Her brothers would run some other businesses. But I think that's actually what helped my mom want to become more stable and want to have like one main thing. And she would always, she like vigorously pushed that on us when we were here, or like when we were in New Zealand, is like education is the way. And I'm sure there's like a lot of other immigrant and island parents like stability, because they probably made such big risks that for them that this is like the least riskiest thing that they could ask of their children. And we all did the education route, us older children.
So yeah, so those are the ways that we saw business growing up. And I feel like seeing our uncles, it was mainly our uncles who all had their side hustles. And then we also saw our dad, who was big on like trying and experimenting. I feel like that also instilled confidence in us to be able to not only have like our main income, but to also try out things on the side, right?
Yeah, and there was like, I feel like that around us there was just a lot of islanders or immigrants making ends meet, and that meant taking on some extra things or just extra ways to make money.
Actually, I don't feel like I ever cared to do any side hustles. We saw the side hustles around us. I feel like it was when we like actually started out like
actually earning money
or
needing money.
We realized like our jobs and like what we like work so hard for is still like not a lot of money.
Yeah, like when I like started, even when I think it was when we were around uni, when I realized that I didn't have much like that, especially because we went to school around the recession time. Do you remember that? Yeah. And when we went to school around recession time, there was just like they wouldn't give us much hours at the
at our job,
at our part-time job. And so I would, so then I would be looking around to see what other ways we could make money, because it's not like you wanted to let go from that job either, because you needed it to like make it all together. And so I think we just naturally had to go looking for extra ways to make different money, like as much money as we could with what we had. And I think also my dad decided was definitely going to school full time at that time as well. And so he was vigorously pushing for school, and my mom was the only one working. And so we really had to provide for ourselves, even though we stayed at the same place and stayed at home. We still had to make sure that we got our own meals. Your child. Yeah, we had to make our own meals and all those things. And so I think that's what really pushed us, well, at least me, into needing to find extra income.
Yeah. And for us, it was like,
I think you can take it off now.
voila. Wow, fabulous. Fabuloso.
Okay. Now my turn.
And yeah, so I feel like growing up, just seeing all these examples of entrepreneurs and business people around us, even though they weren't like millionaires, or they weren't like super successful in terms of like, they were successful in terms of they were able to like take care of their families with that. I never saw them have to go get a 9-to-5 job, but like they were successful in their own rights. I feel like that has given us confidence that yes, we can have our 9-to-5 job and also try things on the side, and also like get creative with what else we can do to make money. Because honestly, like I feel like when we started working, I was like, bro, like we went to uni and this is all we're getting. Like this is all.
Yeah, my starting income was about 38K.
Yeah, it's like really not that much when you're starting. And so I feel like, I mean, you can work your way up, and I feel like, yeah, it's nice when you finally reach 6 figures, but even 6 figures is not
enough.
So yeah, not that like 6 figures is a lot, but in terms of what we want to accomplish, what we want to do, like when people are like, oh yeah, I bought a house for my mom, I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be so awesome if I just like bought a house for my mom, like, or like I bought a car, not like a car that you're like, a car that you still have to make payments on. I'm like, if I buy a car, I want to be like, hey, I paid for this car $60,000 outright. Here you go. It's a present. Don't worry about anything else. You know, I'm not gonna. Here's my deposit. Like I gave you $1,000 deposit. Now you can pay the rest of your car
for the next 5 years.
Giving you a debt. No. So, anyways, so in terms of the things that we want, like the income that we're getting from our 9-to-5s, we need a little bit more than just like what our salary jobs are giving us. So that's why we decided we wanted to get into side hustles, and that we are grateful that we had so many fun examples growing up of people who showed us what's possible in terms of what we can do without a 9-to-5 or together with a 9-to-5. So yeah, what do you have to say about it?
I think ultimately, this is our eye cream. You do not need this. I just like it because I like feeling bougie.
Bougie.
Bougie. Look at it. Purple.
Do we have to wipe
bougie.
the mask off?
No, we should keep everything on.
Okay.
As much as possible.
Okay.
It depends on your mask though, so you have to check your mask. You should check your mask if it's a wipeout. So use your 4th finger and lightly dab under and over.
How much you put on?
Like not much.
Like this? Too much?
Too much.
Oh.
Too much. You're asking for
what? What's gonna do? What is it gonna do? Rip my eyes out?
It's gonna blind you eventually because it's like, should I have elasticity? Yeah. So at the top, so you put it here, like, and then like you put a Cupid's bow in here. It's more like this. Actually, is just more for
what?
It's just to, like because your eyes can't take the normal moisturizer usually. What? It's like your skin there is like very thin, so that's really just a moisturizer for around the eyes. Okay. No, won't. I'm not sure. Like I don't think it will cure anything or make any fine lines. This is our moisturizer. Usually we use sunscreen after this, but because our day I'm not really going out today till later till night. Basically, I'm not going to use it, and my sister doesn't know where she put it, so
I don't know where it is.
It's a Japanese one, so
it feels so smooth.
It feels nice.
It feels so buttery. Maybe because of all the stuff I put on earlier. But yeah, so just final thoughts. I feel like I'm just grateful. We have had quite a lot of entrepreneurs in our family that have set examples, and right now we have a lot of cousins who are doing their own thing. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. We see you guys, and we are encouraging like all of our family. Like, yeah, it's great having a 9-to-5, but like, do a side hustle. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with us, just chatting about our history and what has gotten us into doing side hustles and entrepreneurship. So yeah, if you like more of this content, like, subscribe, and just comment down below. What do you want to say?
Adios, amigos.
Bye.